I go by the clock, and I also go by entry point. I'm gonna do this side, this side. You never want to do the 1 point rotation. See how this is all the whole. I use 2 point rotation mostly for traditional locks. When I'm pulling my lock through, I'm pulling it through for the 12.
Yeah, spicy like a motherfucker, but I'm sweet.
Okay.
I'll bring it.
So when you're talking about which way you go, it's the lock. When I'm looking at the lock, this is wherever my body is positioned. So when I'm directly behind her, I'm looking at the lock like this if I'm directly behind her. So same if I shift to my left side or my right side, I'm just going to shift my body and square my body. So I'm looking at the lock as if it's just straight on. So we have just regular square part. This is my makeshift clock right here. So we got the square. We're just going to fit the square right in the middle of the clock. So how you said people talk about north, east, southwest or whatever, I go by the clock, and I also go by entry point. If I did a retie and I finished the full rotation, I'ma always want to do my last lock, entering my tool at the 6 and pulling down. So the way I think of it is entering my tool. So when I say I'm going at the 6 o'clock, that means I'm entering my tool at the 6, but it's for the 12 o'clock. So you always want to end at the 12, but when I say end at the 12, it's just you're entering your tool at the 6 position. So I go by entering. So you always want to finish your lock entering your tool at the 6, or however you want to think of it, but finishing off at the 12. If I do a retie and I finish off here, you're not necessarily starting here, but when they come back, you're actually going to be starting here. So when you're looking at the lock, this will be all 4 sides. I'm just saying these numbers are going to be the entry point. So I'm entering my tool here, that's going to be for the 6. Entering my tool here, that's going to be for the 3. And entering my tool at the 12. Entering my tool at the 9. But you always want to end entering your tool at the 6. If you can't enter your tool at the 6 and you finish off at the 9 or the 3, that's fine. That's why we check where we last left off, and I'll show you what that looks like too. So let's go to 1 point rotation. So then you got the different rotations. So then the 1 point rotation, this is your lock. The 1 point rotation, you never want to do the 1 point rotation. 1 point rotation pretty much means you're entering at any point once, but going through it multiple times. You never want to do a 1 point rotation because that's going to cause holes. So you would just be entering your tool here, keep doing it. You don't want to do that because all that's going to do is just cause a big ass hole or a long Y. So then
you said don't keep entering it in.
Okay. Yeah, you never want to enter your tool in the same entry point twice. So you never do that. I'm just showing it. I'm just telling you just because people will be like, oh, is there a 1 point? Yeah, there's a 1 point. That's not right. That's not even a proper technique. Yeah. Then you go into the 2 point rotation. 2 point rotation is a thing, but the 2 point rotation, I use 2 point rotation mostly for traditional locks, like really thick if they're doing interlocking. But even then, I'll most likely, if I could fit a 3 point rotation, I'll do a 3 point. The 2 point rotation is just super loose, so it doesn't really make sense for traditional locks or not traditional locks. It doesn't really make sure for small locks like Sisterlocks, Microlocs, because like I said, it's really loose, right? So imagine you do the 2 point rotation, everything look good. As soon as they wash their hair, they come back. If they come back at 4 weeks, it's gonna feel like 8. It's gonna slide down. It's gonna settle. But the 2 point rotation, pretty much you would be entering in the same thing. How should I say it? So a lot of people is like, okay, how I'm saying these are the 2 points right here. They're gonna ask, oh, what if I want to shift this one to here or this one to here? You always want to, your main point, you always want to finish off at the 12 or entering at the 6. But as far as whether this point is at the 3 or at the 9, that honestly just depends on how you were taught. How I was taught, I was always taught to go counterclockwise, and this is my ending, and then this is always my next point. So that's how I always teach it. But other people teach it like this. As far as the points go, whatever that first number is, if 2, 3, whatever, it's just whatever side you're going through, how many sides you're going through, entering your tool through. So you got your, you start your 2 points. So this is your first point, this is your second point. But instead of going and starting here, like entering your tool here, if you enter your tool here, that make it a 3. So literally you're just alternating. You're here, and then back here, and back here. So that's what makes it super loose. So you're like the 3-point adds another chain link, 4-point adds another chain link. 2-point super loose. How I've seen it with Sisterlocks and Microlocs, their retie isn't really last so long because after they shampoo or they sweat, it starts settling down. Also, it's not creating holes, but it is creating more space and more gaps. So as it locks, it's going to have a lot of more thin spots or a lot of soft spots in it. So tug at your hair too much, it's going to break easier because you're missing a link. So I never do 2-point with smaller locks. Does it work with some people? Yes. But I'm not doing, I wouldn't do it. So now you got 3-point. The 3-point, you're going to start, enter at your 6, and then enter at your 3, enter at your 12, and then you're going to start right back over. So you'll do boom, 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 and then you're going right back around to these points, and then you're in here. So that's one rotation.
So basically, it's like you just keep going around and around, but you have to enter in a certain way.
So you're just isolating your point. So it's like an ISO play, literally. Like basketball, you isolating a player. You using that isolated player as like a dummy player, or maybe an isolated player as their like your 3-point, your secret weapon. They focusing on all the 4 players, or here they isolating this person out because they don't want them in the play. So you're only focusing on these 3 players right here and passing the ball back and forth to them. So it's going here, 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 and then back. So you just always going to ignore one side. Now, some people, they going to do a 3-point. Their 3-point, they're bringing this point and moving it over here. So then they'll do here, 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 and just keep going back and forth like that. It don't really make sense to me. So that's why I don't do it. But pretty much one full rotation of the 3-point is when I would consider this going up to the 12. That's your half. That's half of a rotation. And then when you go right back down, that's your full rotation, if that makes sense. So once you go to the 6 again, that would be one rotation. So that would be 1 entry point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 5 times that you're entering your tool to keep one rotation in. So yeah, 3-point, it's literally isolating a side. And then for your 4-point, you're not isolating any side at all. You're gonna start at your 6, and then you're just going to keep going round and round until you finish it off. And again, some people might start here and go here. Also, depending on what tool you use, it depends on which way you're going to. With the crochet latch hook that you use, it would do the same thing. Like you're entering it here, but the DIY tool where you're putting it through the hole, you're entering it different. One of the things though that tricks up people when it comes to the 3-point, 4-point, 2-point, whatever, is they think overdue, right? If somebody's at 4 weeks, of course you're going to do probably one rotation, maybe 1.5, but you're just going to do one rotation that ends it. What be tripping people up is when you're going beyond just one rotation. So they'll be like, well, you say it's 4-point, but you're going through 16 times. How come that's not 16? They're counting the times I'm putting the tool in. So the amount of times I'm putting the tool into the lock to complete the rotation, that's an entry point. And then once you get back to your 6, that's your rotation. Okay, so this would be a lock. So we got 1, we have the 6, entering at the 6 o'clock, entering at the 3 o'clock, entering at the 12 o'clock, entering at the 9. So this is all your 4 points. With 1-point rotation, this would literally be 1 point.
But don't nobody really use 1 point.
But imagine, okay, you seeing all this, right? But imagine the lock super small. If you got your hair done, you wouldn't really notice it because it's super small. You wouldn't really see the why. But this is what you would pretty much be doing. You see how this is all the whole.
Just keep.
So then look. So now let's say somebody get their hair done and then they come back to me and then I'm like, okay, I'll do this. Now we bungee jumping. Now we got this. We bungee jumping. Now we got this hole. All that stuff. So it be real. So this right here is super hard to repair because it's super tight. It's really springy. Now sometimes the hole might be this small, like going here to here. You can just put your tool. It's tight. So I'm trying to show you, but you can put your tool through the right here. And then you want to tilt it up a little bit and then go do the same thing, cut through the middle on the other side and then pull it through, and that's how you seal the hole. So that's 1 point. This is why 1 point is bad. It's not gonna lock like that. You're not even sticking the hair together.
And then I know you said it's best to do end at 12 or 6.
Enter your tool. End at 12. Enter your tool at 6.
So you want to end at 12, right? So it can lay down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got that part. Yeah.
So I always end everybody at 12. So when they come, even though I always check when they come, I know I'm automatically going straight, starting here, because I ended here. So I'm not going to go, when they come back, I'm not going to go through this section again. That's going to cause a hole. So I just automatically start here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, end at 12, but that don't mean when they come back for their retie, it's already ending down. So you don't want to go down.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, then that's new. Like, because I would have thought, you know.
You end at 12, but that's because you know you're going to start here next. If you end at 12 and then they come back and you come here again, you're creating a hole. That's a 1 point.
Oh, what?
Even though it's 2 separate appointments, it's still a 1 point.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's something new, because I would have thought you come back, just do, you know, the... What?
So then the 2 point is you're going to use these 2 points. You're going to enter at the 2 and enter at the 3. Okay. And this is how I'm teaching you. So you might look online and they doing boom, boom, boom. That's not wrong, but you don't want. And then also, this is low key considered a 1.2 if you enter in at the 6 and then you enter at the 12. You kind of undoing it, but it's still the same thing. So the 2 point, you're entering
that way
here.
So every time you enter, you always going to enter from, I guess, the 6 to 12. You're going to enter that way.
Yeah. And then you just keep going back and forth. And as you can see, it doesn't really create a hole. It's just kind of loose. It's just a little looser. And see, it's not easier to take out. Before I could just really undo it. All right, so then we got the lock. So the 3 point rotation, we're going to do this side, this side, and this side. And then once we do this side, we're going to go right back this side, and that's going to be 1 rotation. So we're going to enter in at the 6. 3.
And then the 9.
12, and then you're gonna go right. You're gonna isolate the 9.
Oh, and then we'll go
right back to the 3. And then this is 6, and we're finishing the rotation. That's 1 rotation right there. Now, okay, she overdue. It's because I'm not. But now she overdue. We still got more space. We're gonna keep going. So we go here. And then sometimes if I'm coming here and I know this will be the last rotation, that's another thing. So sometimes you can't fit the full rotation in there. So if I know I want to finish off at my 6 and I obviously see it's not more gap in there, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to finish the rotation here. I'm just going to go back to the 6 and finish it off at the 6. So it's going to be a small 2 point, but again, that's fine because it's what's it called? It's not a 1 point.
What's going to be done is like the four rotation. Right?
4 and 3. That's going to be your main ones for the small locs.
Oh, and the 3.
4 and 3. If I do 2, it's because I don't have a lot of space and I need to just finish off at my 12, at my 6, with my entry point at 6.
3 and 4 is basically pretty much.
That's pretty much all I do. And I've definitely had clients like, can we try 2 points? She had Microlocs and we did. She was like, girl, my hair did not last. I don't want to do 2 point again.
Oh, was she saying that too? Because she felt like
she just wanted to try it out, like a looser rotation. Yeah, but you can tell a client so much, like, you know, I don't do this, but sometimes they just want to see it. I did it, and she was like, oh, I don't like this. Part messy, but 4 point rotation. All 4. So with the 4 point,
I'm going in at the 12. Is that the 12 right?
6.
The 12 is that way. Okay. 6.
Yeah, I'm entering at the 6, but it is for the 12. Where I'm entering is for the 12, but I just go by the entry. And then you enter at the 3. That's going to be for the 9, but you're entering 3. If that makes sense.
So when you say it's for the 9, are you saying after you do that you're gonna go to the 9?
No, I just already did that one, but say I'm entering at the 6, where I'm pulling my lock through, I'm pulling it through for the 12. Same with the 3, I'm entering at the 3, pull the lock through, it's for the 9, but I'm entering.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You're entering that way, but you're gonna pull it out,
and that is for that specific.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Because that's what was messing me up. They were like, do the 9 o'clock, and I'm entering at the 9. They're like, no, go to 9, and I'm entering at. So I just go by entry point. I label it where I start at, rather where I'm finishing at. So enter at the 3, Enter at the 12.
Mm-hmm.
Enter at the 9. We're gonna finish off right here, and that's one rotation.
For the 4 point.
For the 4 point.
Then when you do the rotation again, are you gonna go back this way again?
Yeah, but it's tight at the root now though. But so let's just say, let me scoot this down a little bit so you can. So let's just say a client comes in and they got new growth, right? This is how you're gonna figure out where you last left off. So I always know I finish at the but let's just say one day I didn't finish off. I'm never really gonna assume I finished off at the 12.
Okay.
I'm always gonna check. So how you check is when you go this way, you see how you have like a Y, or you don't have anything over your tool. That means that's the last point you left off at. Don't go through that point. That's going to be a 1 point rotation.
Okay.
But when you go this way, you see how you see your split. That when you see this little Y right here, that means okay, you're safe to go to that next point. You're safe to start here. It's not going to cause a hole.
Oh,
but if you do this,
that way,
you see how you don't even see a Y. You're splitting a Y, but you see here you see the Y. This is where, obviously this is where I last left off. So here, and then this is where I'm gonna go off next, and that will close the loop. So that's how you can check where you last left off. So sometimes, like in my videos, you'll see me do like I'm just checking.
You're trying to figure out, that makes sense.
Same thing.
Oh wow.
You're just checking, so you're gonna see a peekaboo. But if you put it here, you're just going through. You ain't seeing no peekaboo. You're just going through.
You see everything.
Yeah. So pretty much what this is, it's just grown out. This is this. So it's just grown out. So that's how you know